Fromagerie Au des Champs first saw the light of day when we acquired my father-in-law's dairy farm in 1989. One of the first things we did was to start practicing organic farming, which required us to rework our fields. When we first bought the farm, I kept working in the IT industry because the farm wasn't bringing in enough money to support the family. That's when we had the idea to convert our milk into cheese. It took 5 years of preparation before we started manufacturing our first cheeses in 2000. Everything was planned out ahead of time. The way we ran our business definitely wasn't the same then as it is today. People from the region are very proud to have their own cheese dairy. Today, things are going very well. It's rare that we have a day without customers, and on weekends it's not uncommon for people to have to wait in line before they're served. We have 2 cheeses that are certified organic. d'Iberville is a semi-firm cheese that has a washed rind. When you taste the cheese, you'll notice it has an herb flavor. You can actually taste what the cows ate. Grès des Champs is a firm cheese with a hazelnut flavor and a mixed rind. We actually discovered this cheese by accident, by forgetting to put the thermometer in the vat, consequently overcooking the milk. We found that our milk contains properties that yield a hazelnut flavor to the cheese. Here in our boutique, we sell our 2 cheeses, d'Iberville and Grès des Champs. We also sell some cheeses from other Quebec farmers of the region, as well as artisan organic products, which are manufactured using environmentally friendly techniques. At the beginning, we were manufacturing 2 to 3 days a week. Today, we transform between 35 and 40 kilograms of milk into cheese a day, 7 days a week. We look for quality of the milk, not quantity. In order to obtain the highest quality possible, we need to ensure that the cows aren't eating anything that may be riddled with pesticides. Being a farmer has its advantages. We can control the cows' diets as well as the way the milk is processed. The milk is pumped one time only, directly from the udder through to the production area. In the dairy industry, the milk is usually pumped multiple times until it's on the shelf. Pumps tend to damage the milk particles, therefore the fact that we avoid these steps gives us a fresher product. Since our cheeses are made from raw milk, our biggest challenge is to stabilize the product because the cows never eat the same thing from day to day. There will always be a small variation between the cheeses. That's why we call it au grès des champs, which means it comes from the fields. We could not and would not want it to have exactly the same taste, but it needs to be consistent enough for people to recognize it. In terms of the production process, we take note of every single step. In specialty stores, our cheese sells for $40 to $46 a kilogram. It's competitively priced with other similar Quebec cheeses. Production costs are always difficult to manage. Our cows don't always produce the same quantity of milk. This past summer, for example, our cows didn't produce nearly the same amount of milk as the previous year. I had the same number of employees and the same overhead, so this year production costs will be higher. It's unfortunate that in the cheese dairy business, contrary to other types of businesses, you can't start off small and expand slowly. We really can't afford to renovate during production without risking the contamination of the cheeses. In terms of the equipment, there's hardly any price difference between a small or big stainless steel tank, so you need to buy the bigger one, which suits your production needs. We had some help from our region's local development center in drafting our business plan. MAPAC subsidized the purchase of new equipment, and the Société de Financement Agricole gave us a major loan because a cheese dairy is an expensive operation to start. We still work a lot of hours. Finding time for family life isn't quite easy yet. I'd love to take a vacation with the whole family. That would definitely be one of our future goals, to be able to take a real holiday. In terms of the goals in our business plan, we had predicted to be at full production after 5 years. We're already at full production after only 3 years. I believe that with the proper tools and good employees, you can achieve your goals a lot quicker than you might expect.